Welcome back to BK Nothing But Nets podcast. It's been a while, Dylan. I'm joined with my co-host Dylan. How's everything going, Dylan? How have you been? And what was your reaction to media day?
Doing well, man. It's been a while, like you said. We're closing in on some Nets basketball. The first preseason game is October 4th, so we are officially at the what is that 8-day mark? Um, it's going to be exciting to see some Nets basketball
Nice.
back. But yeah, I've watched a few clips from media day. I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch the whole thing. There's really not much to be up in arms about for this year. It's a rebuilding development year, so I am going to stick with believing in that. Um, some interesting comments from the Cam Thomas side of things. I'm intrigued to see what Michael Porter Jr. does this year. A lot of talk up on Noah Clowney and Ben Seraph. It seemed, some interesting comments made by Jordy based on their, um, Noah Clowney's size and his muscle growth this year, Ben Seraph's overall ability on the court throughout these practices that they've had. So it was interesting to hear some of these comments for sure. But overall, just excited to see some Nets basketball back.
Yeah, you touched on all the things that I found intriguing too. First, Noah Clowney did look massive. He looked like he took the steroids or something. He looked big, right? Like, and he was a
Yeah,
scrawny
supposedly he
guy. He
gained
looked
around like
big.
10 to 14 pounds.
Yeah, he looked big. So that was promising. Um, that was like the first thing I noticed too. Is like I didn't even like it, yeah. It looked like he put his head on a different body, which is good. There was a couple of things I wanted to touch on. Jordy and Sean Marks basically had a press conference that was about Cam Thomas, and we've spent more time on Cam Thomas than probably every other player combined this offseason. Um, I now understand why Cam Thomas did what he did. It now makes sense to me. He's going to approve a trade, right? I mean, that's what he said. He wants to control his future, which is why he took the QO. He is going to approve a trade to somewhere. He will be traded this year. Do you feel better about that now? Do you feel good about that? I mean, what are your thoughts? And is that what you took from it? That he is going to take a qualifying, he's going to accept the trade. It's just going to be on his terms.
Yeah, I think the relationship's done, regardless of whether or not he's traded or not. I think the only way that he accepts a deal is if you are forcing his hand and not playing him, which it does not sound like they are going to do as of yet. I mean, from what I got from it, it's pretty much we're doing this to try and motivate him to be a better player. And that can be one of two things. Either you get a better player out of him and he sees that there's an opportunity for him here and the Nets are willing to pay him and he takes a deal, or you ignite a fire, the guy proves you wrong and he feels disrespected, he leaves you in free agency. There's really only two routes to that based on the no trade clause that he's been given. So to me, I don't think the relationship's repairable. Like we've seen time and time again, qualifying offers, there's been one person in the past 20 years who has come back after accepting the qualifying offer. So I'm not going to rule against stats and numbers because I'm a big stats and numbers guy. I think the relationship's done.
I mean, yeah, the relationship is obviously damaged beyond repair. I mean, I've been saying that for a while now. They never liked him in the first place at all. It was one of those things. I guess they were just keeping him around because I got a friend. You ask him how his wife's doing. He goes, better than nothing. Right. I kind of feel like that's.
She's here.
I kind of feel like that's how the. Yeah, she's here. I mean, she's over there. But I feel like that's how the Nets felt about Cam Thomas. Like, how's Cam Thomas? Better than nothing. Like, we don't really like him, but like, it's what it is. And he's gonna get traded at this point. And I wanted to put this out there. Houston. Now that all of a sudden makes a lot of sense. Do you think it makes sense to trade him to Houston? And if so, is that realistic? What would it look like? Because to me, him to Houston makes a lot of sense, and we can get our unprotected 2027 pick back. But let me.
Does it make sense? Yes. Does it make sense for the Rockets long term? I don't know. Because I truly am a believer in Cam Thomas not being a winning basketball player. I don't care what other people's opinions are. From what I have seen based on his skill set, he's just not a winning basketball player. And I don't think that Houston with Ime Udoka, I don't think Cam Thomas fits that system. And I'm just being honest. Do I think that it's a smart move for them based on his potential and his fit next to guys like Sengun, who can be the primary playmaker, and Amen Thompson, who can be the primary defender? 100%. But do I see him being an impactful winner come playoff time and being a focal point to a team like that? No. So it's really going to come down to if a guy like Ime believes in him or not, because at the end of the day, Ime is going to make that decision on if he wants him a part of his roster or not. Ime's at that level of coaching where he can probably veto certain moves based on what he feels is the best fit, right? So to me, I don't think that gets done. To me, I think Houston's biggest fish that they're going to go after is Austin Reeves. It makes a lot more sense with Luka being their long-term piece. I don't think that you should put another guard next to Luka to be the focal point if you're the Lakers. I think you need to capitalize on Reeves' value. I don't think Reeves is a great player by any means necessary. I think he's just a good role player. He's a good third, fourth option. So to me, I think that's what Houston would probably want to look into more, is giving the keys to KD, Amen, and Sengun, and adding that great role player that can lead you, down the stretch in playoffs. So I don't think Cam Thomas is the guy that Houston should go for, but if they do, it makes sense. And the only reason it makes sense is because of KD's relationship with Thomas.
Which is what I looked at. He's going to get traded somewhere. With Van Vliet going down, yeah, does it make the most sense? You're saying Austin Reeves. Maybe. Are the Lakers looking to trade Austin Reeves? Because they seem to love Austin Reeves. I don't think. I don't think
they're willing to pay him $35 million.
Which would then mean they have to trade him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fair point. You don't want to lose him for nothing. Like that's lost Cam Thomas for nothing. In essence, it's let's see what we can get for him now. But I think on an expiring, a deal that's expiring, you're only getting Cam Thomas for 1 year, unless you can work out an agreement to extend him. I don't think you're getting much. What do you think the Nets can expect to get in return for Cam Thomas?
Not much. I mean, if you're going to do a deal with Houston, I'm expecting Tari Eason and our first-round pick back for Cam Thomas and their first-round pick back. Just a straight-up player and swap. That's it.
If you can get that back that much, okay, fine. That's a win in some degree. I'm thinking you're getting twos, and I'm just so not even interested in getting any more twos, which is why I said don't even offer him the qualifying. Just be done with him. It's not worth your time and energy to get another two. It's not worth it. Like we already have plenty of twos, right? Like, yeah. And that's how I said, well, what are you bringing him in here for? If you're only going to bring him back on a qualifying offer, the team you're trading him to is only getting him as a short-term rental. You're not getting anything back in the term of trade value. So why you don't value him? You're not going to offer him a long-term deal, and you can't really trade him. So why are you even? Why are we wasting our time here? Never really got a sufficient answer other than we can trade him. Okay, well, let's see what we can trade him for, and then explain to me how all of that, everything we went through, was worth it. I guess Cam Thomas. When this all went down, my inkling was that Cam Thomas is never going to play another game in a Brooklyn Net uniform. Yes, he is, right? Like, I guess he's going to go out there and play, and he's going to try to give it hell to get himself traded and play himself into another contract somewhere else, right? I mean, He's going to play here at least for the.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that he's going to open up the season here. I don't see a deal getting made prior to the season beginning. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see how he's utilized. Like it does look like the front office, like Sean Marks specifically, is trying to prop up Thomas to the media, like how he handled it maturely. He's gonna go out there and give it his all to earn his contract. Like it looks like they're trying to build up his name for when the time comes to discuss some trade possibilities. But again, it just comes down to, is Thomas going to waive the no trade clause, which to me, because of Thomas's ego since the day that he got into this league, I don't believe that he's going to. I think he's going to want to screw the Nets over for not paying him.
But he's got to be. To me, I thought that initially. I think he has this now, so he can control where he goes. He can basically tell the Nets where he wants to go, as opposed to the opposite, which is why he took the qualifying offer, right? Otherwise, it makes no sense. He's looking at this as a long-term thing. I'm going to put myself in a position where I can excel and then get myself paid a year from now. Whether or not that's the case, whether or not that's going to happen is a different story. To me, that's why he took the qualifying offer. It wasn't necessarily to stick it to the Nets, but it allows him to control his fate more going into his contract year.
100%.
A couple of other things I took note of. Shout out Eric Slater, who asked Nick Claxton basically if he thought he was going to be here next year.
I didn't see that one.
Nick Claxton didn't really understand the question. You can tell like he kind of understood what he was getting at, and Claxton's like, "What's the question?" Right? You know how Claxton's he gets a little fiery. He's like, "What's the question?"
Yeah.
And Eric's like, "Well, is it distracting to think that where your future is?" Something like that. Basically, like, you're not going to be here. Does that play in your mind?
I mean, listen, I'm trying not to get bought in on players who have kind of disappointed me year after year. But with the reports of how serious the back injury was last year and how he just wasn't able to get to a full 100%, I am intrigued to see how he plays next to guys like Yegor and Michael Porter Jr., who can help space the floor but also play make for him. Like specifically Yegor with the playmaking, Porter Jr. with the floor spacing. I think that it kind of gives Claxton a little bit more opportunity to showcase what he has. So do I think he's going to expand his game and add a 3-ball and be, a 20-point-per-game scorer like some people thought? No. But do I think he can get up to like 12 to 13 points per game this year and get back to where he was as a rebounder prior? I hope so. I mean, it would be nice to see him raise his value to where if we don't feel that he's the long-term piece, we can at least flip him for something. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes about this year.
Another thing of note was, I forget who it was. I can't find it in my notes here, but they mentioned Ben Surratt was playing mature beyond his years, which I thought was encouraging because that's the one guy I have zero hope for. What are your thoughts on that? Like Ben Surratt already is a high IQ player who plays above, he's 20 years old and 19 years old, that he plays way above that level.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it until I see it. Listen, I'm just being honest again, man. You can listen. It's like when you try and hype up the ugly friend. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, they're still ugly.
MPJ. It was MPJ. It was MPJ that was heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. No, to me, it's I got to see it on the floor against real NBA competition before I get bought into something. Again, he was drafted based on potential. He was a projected, top 16 player heading into the college basketball season when he was playing overseas. To get him at 27, is it considerably good value? Yes. Does he have potential and an NBA skill set that could be valuable with his playmaking and his craftiness? Yes. But is it something that, based on his summer league performances, I'm confident in? No. The guy couldn't shoot the ball. He couldn't shoot a free throw. He had minimal craftiness to his game in terms of ball handle. And he had one move that got him open to create his own shot, which was his between-the-leg crossover mid-range. And that was it. So, to me, I got to see more. I got to see it on the floor, and I'm not buying it until I see it throughout this season.
Yeah, I just thought it was encouraging. I'm not. No, it's
definitely encouraging. It's just again, I gotta see it. Words only hold so much weight until you see it, right? I could hear Nick Claxton's developed his 3-ball tremendously this year, and he's looking to be a 35% 3-point shooter. But guess what? I've also heard that the last 2 years, and I've seen him take 4 total threes. So again, just not buying it until I start seeing it, right? And that's kind of where my mindset is with all these players. I'm not buying a single thing that is said to me until I start seeing it physically being done in front of
me. Ben Surratt is so irrelevant to me. Like MPJ kept saying Ben, and in my head, I still got PTSD from Ben Simmons. Like Ben's not here anymore. What the hell is he talking about? And then I realized we had a guy named Ben Surratt on our team. I was like, oh, he's talking about Ben Surratt. And he was like such an afterthought. Like I forgot he was even on my team. Oh, that's right, Ben Surratt. It was like when Tim Duncan told the story. Manu Ginobili got drafted in the second round, and he met Tim Duncan at summer camp, and or it was the summer league. Duncan was watching at the summer league or something like that. And Ginobili went up to him and shook his hand and said, "Hey, I play for the San Antonio Spurs." And Tim Duncan's like, "No, you don't." Right? Like, that's how I felt about Ben Surratt. Like, I forgot. I didn't even realize that that's how, Ben Surratt is on the team. The other thing, another thing I wanted to touch on is MPJ. They asked them a lot about adapting to New York, living in Brooklyn, living in New York City. To me, this isn't going well for him. Did you hear he's afraid to drive in New York City, so he Ubers it? Look, he's making $30-some odd million a year. So
yeah, I
look,
saw
if he
something
wants
that
to
said
spend
if he
$1
keeps it up
million
at this
a
pace,
year,
it's like, yeah, I saw something that says like if he keeps it up at this pace with the spending, it's like $91,000 a year on Uber. Like, dude, that's you could get a really nice, Mercedes Benz for under 91,000. Just get a fucking car, man. Just drive. You're a millionaire.
you could
got
just
an insurance
hire a
policy.
driver also. Yeah,
That is also true. Yeah, you don't have to pay some random off the street to bring you around the city. I mean, hey, I guess he's making Uber drivers really happy when they see his name pop up on their phones. It's probably like a race to accept his ride. But yeah, I mean, $250 a day on Ubers is crazy. That is wild to me. It's actually
where's he
impressive.
going? Like, I mean,
it's got to be small places. Like, it's got to be like
just,
it's like grocery shopping, two
right.
things of food maybe, and then to like the gym. You'd have to think like that's like his routine. Those 4 things: go pick up food to make it home, go get food while you're out and practicing, go to practice, go get food after, go home, and that's it. Like there's nowhere else he's going, right?
I'm a big. But why does he just order if he's going out to eat? Why does he just Uber Eats it? Why does he just have them bring the food to him?
Hey man, some people like getting that shit done in person. Who knows? Maybe
okay.
he's a
maybe
he's a constant on the move type of guy,
Yeah, if I was 26 and making $30 million a year, I would just have them bring. I just think it makes more sense to have them bring the food to you. I don't got to get dressed. I don't got to go out there. They'll just bring it to me. And like, you're gonna Uber there. You're gonna Uber back. You're gonna you got to tip the Uber driver both ways. Then you get to the restaurant. You got to tip the waiter, tip the waitress. That it all takes all day. If they just bring them to me, I can do whatever until my food gets here. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Okay. I mean, that makes it. He's probably going out to eat at least twice a day, and there's 4 Uber rides right there. Then he's going to the gym. That's 2 more, and the facility. I don't know. Like, that's a lot of. He's spending a lot of money on Ubers in a city. It's not like he's taking an Uber out in the middle of the country. I mean, how the distance that he's going can't be more than a couple of miles, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, they definitely can't go far. I mean, it's the city.
So he's not taking
that big of a place. It's just a shit ton of congestion that makes it feel larger. Like if there was no cars on the road in the city, you could probably get from the beginning of the city to the end of the city within like 25, 30 minutes, maybe less. Like the city's not that big when you actually look at it from a map standpoint. It's just so much congestion that it takes 2 hours.
No, it's not
3 blocks down the street. So.
Do you think Michael Porter Jr. is a good tipper?
Probably not. No. Probably not.
I
mean,
think he's
I'm
an adequate tipper.
$250 a day on Ubers, I wouldn't be giving tips either. But
well, you got
that's
to.
Just
I mean,
basic human.
The guy that picked you up doesn't know that you're spending money on 8-9 Ubers a day. That's not his fault. He's just picking you up. You got to tip the Uber driver.
I mean, I wouldn't be in the position to where I have to spend money on 8 to 9 Ubers a day, so I can't relate. But
you still got to tip them, right? Like if you got the money to order 8.
Yeah, if you have the money to order 8, you might as well start tipping.
I saw that story, and I get it. Like, I live in Texas now. When I go back to New York, I don't like driving in the traffic either. I don't. Yeah. So I get it, but like, this is where you live, bro. You're not here for a weekend. You're not here for a road trip. You're not here for a week. This is where you live. You might want to like say, hey, I have to start driving a car. No, I mean,
I was gonna say I don't think most of these guys drive, to be honest. Like they probably have their homes in the places where they actually stay during the off season, but I don't think these guys drive very often. We lost Gary. Oh no. Comments and topics, fellas, while we wait. Oh, Gary's back. There we go. He's back.
I'm having some issues with my. It's all staticky.
Oh, is it on my end or
if
your
I
end?
jump in and it's got to be me because like I was listening to a podcast before we jumped on in the green room, and it was the same issue. So it's got to be on my end. I can't figure out what it comes and goes. Like it's fine now, but then like for 30 seconds a minute, you'll just be all staticky. But it's got to be on my end. Like that was my Wi-Fi. I don't know. It's not you, right? Like you guys, he sounds fine to y'all. Like it's got to be on my end.
Yeah, chat. Let us know.
It's all good.
But yeah, no, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, to me right now, the only guys that are going to be trade candidates this year for Brooklyn is Haywood Highsmith, Cam Thomas, Nick Claxton. I think that those are the three guys that you could see being dealt. I also think Zaire is in that conversation as well. It's just too friendly of a contract to not potentially look to capitalize on some value. So if it was my, I know I want Zaire too, but if it was my personal prediction on who could be traded at the deadline, it would be those four guys. I would probably say two of those four. Haywood Highsmith, definitely. I think Claxton's more likely to get traded than Cam Thomas is because of the no trade clause. So we will see. But it'll be
I know we haven't gotten to watch Highsmith play every day and really get to appreciate what he does like we did Zaire last year. But who's a better piece for a team that's looking to compete, a team that's looking to win? Who's a better rotational piece, Highsmith or Zaire?
I mean, currently for a contender, I'd probably say Highsmith. In a year or two, probably Zaire because of his age. So, you're getting like a younger Haywood Highsmith in Zaire, but, more athletic. That's how I kind of look at it. I mean, they're very similar in terms of what roles they would play, but it just really depends on what a team needs now. Like, say a team like Houston wanted a role player today. Who would they prefer, a healthy Haywood Highsmith or a healthy, Zaire Williams? I would think they want
Zaire.
No, I would think they want Haywood because he's a little bit older. He fits the timeline of a contending team.
Yeah, Haywood.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on what a team wants. If it's a team like the Lakers, I could see it being Zaire because he's a little bit younger. He fits the Luka timeline a little bit better. Things like that. But it's really going to come down to what teams are looking for players.
I think it was Hayward. I think it was Michael Scotto that asked Hayward about heat culture, and Haysmith said it was very similar to what the Nets are building here. Is he just being nice, or do you think there's actually some similarities between the heat culture and what the Nets are building here?
I mean, you could see that the Nets as a whole, like we don't have to agree that the pieces are right just yet, but you can definitely tell that with the coaching hire, they're trying to build a system like a Miami. With the draft capital and flexibility, they're trying to build an organization like OKC. Like they are taking bits and pieces of certain organizations and trying to put them into one. You can see it. Do we all agree that Yegor is going to be, worthy of an 8th overall pick? Who knows? But Jalen Williams also wasn't even projected to be a lottery pick the year that he was taken with the 13th pick by OKC, and he's now an all-star. SGA wasn't looked at as a guy who would be an MVP and a franchise changer. Well, he's now an MVP and has a championship to his name as the number one option. Sometimes you have to take risks based on what you feel works best for you, which is why I don't disagree with the Yegor pick like some people do. I do believe that if you feel a guy is your guy, you go and you grab him. It doesn't matter if he's projected 8th overall or if he's projected 15th overall. As long as you're not overly reaching to a point where it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Then I don't disagree with the pick. I don't think a guy who is projected between 13 and 15 being selected at 8 is crazy when you think that he's your guy. Now, if he was projected to be 21st and you had the 19th pick and could have grabbed him then, that's different. But you didn't have a pick between 9 and 19 or 9 and 18, and you didn't want to trade up. So go get your guy. I don't disagree with that.
I wanted to. You mentioned Igor Demon, whatever we're calling him this week. This was not good news, and I can never say this word right. Plantar fasciitis.
Oh,
Is
plantar
that close enough?
fasciitis. Yeah, plantar fasciitis.
Okay, I've never plantar fasciitis. Is that right, guys? Am I getting that
That is
close enough?
correct.
Typically an injury that's 2 to 6 weeks, but could be lingering. Are we going to deal with this all year? Are they going to rush him back because they want to play him? And are we going to be dealing with this all year?
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
At this point, I think rookies that come into the league injured and don't play for majority of the season turn out better. Look at OKC. Chet Holmgren got his ankle snapped in half by LeBron during a Drew League game his rookie year before he even touched the NBA floor. Was out for the entire season, came back and looked like a DPOY candidate. He's the third option for them. You know what I mean? Nikola Topic, lottery pick, didn't play the entire season because of a torn ACL, came back in the summer league and looks like he's going to be a dominant Josh Giddey-like player for OKC. Same thing now with Thomas Sorber. I don't doubt that Thomas Sorber is going to be the starting center for them in 2 years when he comes back from his injury next year and Hartenstein's contract expires. That's the type of shit that you see with some of these guys. So listen, if Yegor is hurt, don't overrush him back. Get him in the weight room and get him NBA ready. That's what I would say. I don't think that it's a necessity to get him.
I agree. He's 19. He's 19. There's no reason to rush him back. None. Zero. But I think the Nets are going to rush him back because they're already making him number 8, right? So they want to get him on the court and prove themselves right, which is kind of my concern, right? Is that they're going to rush him back, and now he's going to be hampered all year with this relatively minor injury, right? It's like a hamstring or a groin. It's not a serious injury if you don't rush him back, right? If you just let it heal, take a lot of time off and let it heal 100%, it'll be fine. Mm-hmm. But if you rush it back, then you re-pull it, you retweak it, it just becomes something that nags you the rest of the season, right? Like, to me, I would just shut him down right now. I would say, we'll look at you again in 2 months. Just sit down. Like, well, I'm going to miss the beginning of the season. That's actually fine. We'll look at, you know what I'm saying? But the Nets aren't going to do that. Am I wrong?
I mean, I would like to see him play because I do believe that experience is necessary to develop quicker. There's a very select few amount of organizations that can sit a guy his entire rookie season and have him come out his second year and look like a viable role player or a star. Like, it's very, very slim to none. OKC has been able to showcase that time and time again now. Miami, with the selections that they've had, have been able to showcase that they can develop players very quickly into role players, but we haven't really seen it with Brooklyn yet. So to me, I wouldn't rush him back, but I also wouldn't try and hold him out. If he's ready to play and he feels healthy, then I would play him, and I would play him an immense amount of minutes. I think that you need the experience and the mistakes to develop.
I'm not saying hold him out. I'm just saying be overly cautious with this injury because there's no reason to bring. I said the same thing about Cam Thomas and guys like that, D'Angelo Russell, when they were out.
Yeah.
If they're not 100%, don't play them. If they're not 110%, don't play them. There's no reason to have this guy playing injured this year. I understand you want to get him experience, you want to get him burned, you got to get him minutes. I get it, but I would rather have 100% of him for 50% of the season than 80% of him for 100% of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I want him, I want him here healthy, and I don't want him battling injuries. I want him healthy and I want him sharp. If not, if he's not 100%, this is not the playoffs, right? I'm not asking, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather you get better. I'd rather you get 100%. Yeah. And I don't see the Nets doing that. But we'll see. How serious of an injury is this plantar fasciitis? It doesn't seem serious.
It is it's usually 2 to 6 weeks, more a
nagging thing. Yeah.
Yeah, this is nagging. I mean, this is a lingering thing. This is something that could be healed up 100%, but randomly come back at you. Hopefully it's not that case and he was just overworking himself. But, I mean, again, I'm a Steelers fan, so I always have to bring them up at least once an episode. Najee Harris dealt with plantar fasciitis, and he was constantly dealing with nagging foot injuries. Never really missed time because of it, but it definitely affected the way that he was running. So, at this point, you just got to hope that it's not of serious of like a seriousness to it. It's more so just like an early stage of it that you can kind of get rid of quicker than most. But who knows? It's the Nets, so with our luck, it's going to be the worst thing in history.
I wanted to. So there are 3 picks here. I'm going to put Wolf and Saref to the side for just a minute. But the other 3 picks, Troy. Did you see Troy? I thought he wanted to be anywhere other than there. It was hysterical. It looked like a kid pouting.
I know he looked.
I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. But those 3 guys, 2 of them already injured off the bat, right? I don't know how bad Drake Powell's got jumper's knee. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what jumper's knee is, but I
couldn't tell you.
I gather it's a knee injury. Yeah. And
according
then, now,
to my calculations, I would think it's a knee injury.
That would be my guess, right? But 2 of those 3 guys are already hurt. And then Troy is the other guy. These 3 guys, the development of these 3 guys, how crucial is this to Sean Marks keeping his job?
I mean, I can't tell you because, I can't tell you because Joe Tsai, I'm pretty sure Sean Marks has dirt on him. So it's like, I can't tell you. I don't even know anymore. There shouldn't be any form of like, oh, if he does this wrong, then he should lose his job. No, he shouldn't have a job. He's done too much wrong, but he's never going to get fired. So, if I fucked up this many times at my job, I'd be, filing for unemployment right now. But instead, Sean Marks gets a raise and more ability to make draft selections and roster changes. So who knows? I don't think he's ever going to get fired because apparently he does no wrong to Joe Tsai, or he just has dirt on Joe Tsai. So whatever that is, I don't think there's a decision this year that's going to necessarily put him on the hot seat. I'm done believing that he's going to get off my team. He's like the cancer that just continuously keeps coming back. I don't think he's going anywhere.
And this is the problem. I was talking to my dad the other day about the Jets and why the Jets suck again with a new head coach and a new offensive coordinator, and a new GM, a new quarterback, and everything. They still suck, right? And it's systemic, right? Like when the Giants were good for 10 years and they won 2 Super Bowls, they had a good owner in Mara, who hired a good GM, who hired a good head coach, who hired good coordinators. They drafted good players and coached up the players, and they were good. The Jets have none of those things. They have a bad owner who hired a bad GM, who hired a bad coach, who drafted bad players, and now the entire thing sucks. Like it starts at the top. And I feel that way now with the Nets. The same way I feel about the Jets, that it's hopeless. They'll never be good in my lifetime. As much as I love them, I've already accepted the idea. Unless the owner dies, I'm not seeing a Super Bowl in my lifetime. Period.
No.
I've already accepted it. And now I'm starting to feel that way with the Nets. Unless he sells this team, which maybe he will, right? Unless he sells the team, the Nets are never going to be good because it starts at the top, and he's incompetent. Like Sean Marks, Dylan, if you worked at the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A and you did your job as badly as Sean Marks did his job, would you still have a job?
No.
And
that's pretty low. If you can get fired from McDonald's, you're doing something wrong, Like you're really doing something wrong if you're getting fired from McDonald's.
And you came in and you ordered a spicy chicken sandwich meal. And then you get to the drive-thru and you have a milkshake and you have a milkshake and a hot dog. It's like, how did you even do this? How did you screw the order up this bad? We don't even sell hot dogs here. How did you do this? You'd be fired if you kept doing it. That's what Sean Marks has done here. He has screwed the order up so many times, unrecognizably. Like, you can't, I don't even understand how you did it this badly. You would be fired from Chick-fil-A at the drive-thru line. Sean Marks, who's got 1 of 30 jobs in the entire world to run an NBA team, somehow gets to keep his job. It's really extraordinary. Like, if anyone was as bad at their job as Sean Marks is at his, they'd be fired. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you sell pots on the side of the road. You're going to be fired if you screw it up as bad as Sean Marks has screwed this up. And for some reason, he gets to keep his job. And how many head coaches has Sean Marks hired? What does that count at?
Let's see. Kenny Atkinson, Kevin Ollie, Jacques Vaughn, Steve Nash, and now Jordy Fernandez. So considerably 5. I believe he was the one that hired Kenny Atkinson. I could be wrong, but I believe that he was the one.
He hired Atkinson. He got that right, and then fired him.
Yeah.
He hired him, and then he got that right, and then fired him, right? Which was the wrong thing to do. Like everyone said, "Oh, he got K and KD to come here." Kyrie was born in Jersey, and he loved the Nets, and he wanted to play here.
Where Kyrie went, KD was going. It was already agreed upon. It didn't matter if it was the Knicks or the Nets.
Yeah,
it was going to happen.
And if Kyrie was born on the other side of the bridge and grew up in New York and was a Knicks fan, they probably would have went to the Knicks. But fortunately for us, he was born in Jersey and was a Nets fan. Me and you could have done that. We could have got Kyrie and KD to play here. There was nothing difficult about that. You hit the lottery, right? Like he was born in Jersey, a Nets fan. Well, I guess he was born in Australia, but he grew up in New Jersey, a Nets fan.
He's a New Jersey native that was born in Australia.
Right, it's just like LeBron
living there at the time. Yeah.
Right.
You know, that's like
it's like
that's like people who are born in the that are American, but their families are in the military and they're living over in Germany for 6 months, and they so happen to be born in Germany. You're not actually, German. You're just born in Germany. So
right, like Tim Tebow was born in the Philippines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow was born in the Philippines. No one would say Tim Tebow is Filipino.
No.
That boy. Country from Florida, but either way, so basically the development of those three guys, I tend to agree with you. I don't know. I have no idea whether or not it's crucial to Sean Marks keeping his job, because I don't know if Sean Marks can keep or lose his job. I don't know. I don't know. Like at this point, what can he do to lose his job?
At this point, it's got to be some form of felony, right? It's got to be non-basketball related.
Right.
Like it's got to be some like findings on his computer that are like illegal. It's got to be something. I'm convinced the guy is never going to lose his job. Yeah, CT was born in Japan. Nobody's calling him.
CT was born in Japan.
And that's because he comes from a military
between
family
the two
as well.
Injuries. Yeah. Between the two rookies that are injured right now, how serious is this, and how much time?
Drake's going to play opening night. I've already talked to some people. He's ready to go. They're easing him back into it. He's healthy. He's ready to go. It's just they don't want to retweak it before preseason and the season starts. So he's back to contact drills. He's back doing his thing. He'll be ready to go, from my understanding. Is he going to miss a preseason game or two, or were they going to try to manage it? Maybe. But is he going to be ready for the regular season? I believe so.
All right. So here's the other question. I guess we can spend some time on this. MPJ said that Cam Thomas, even playing against him, is greatly underappreciated. Shout out. I like MPJ. He speaks highly of everyone. I like MPJ, but I want to spend some time here on Cam Thomas. I agree with MPJ that he's greatly underappreciated. That's really irrelevant at this point. He's not going to be here. Is Cam Thomas going to play opening day for the Brooklyn Nets?
Yeah. Bearing an injury, yeah.
All right. So he's still going to be here. At what point in the season do you think they trade him?
Do I think that they'll want to trade him?
Or is he here for the whole season?
Into it in January. Do I think he's going to get traded? No, I think he's going to be stubborn and decline every deal so he can screw them out of any form of return.
So then what do you then if that's the case, which he's well within his rights to do, what do you do with him?
Don't play him. I've been saying this the whole time. If you're not going to come back, don't play him. Tank his value. Guess what? If you don't make an all-star game, you don't get that pay raise. If you don't play a certain amount of games, you don't get that pay raise. If you want to screw me, I'm going to screw you more. It's really that simple. That's how I'd look at it. You're not helping me find that common goal of finding your replacement in the draft. So guess what? If you want to go out there and try and up your value and try and win games when we're not trying to, then you can sit. Very simple. I'll take the.
I agree with you. I agree with you in the sense, yeah, because Jordy and Marks ain't paying the fines, right? Cam Thomas.
I was going to say we're under the cap anyway, and we're not bringing anybody new in, so you might as well use that unused cap on those fines this season. Fuck it.
And that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. I want to transition that. Remind me to bring up the cap because as Sean Mark said, they're not going to fill up the rest of the cap space, which is basically what he said, which is intriguing. This is I simply don't understand, and this keeps bringing back to my point. You can't trade him without his blessing. You also can't play. Why did you bring him? I don't understand why the qualifying offer was extended. Can you please explain to me why the qualifying offer was extended?
I mean, unless if they have it worked out behind closed doors that he's going to raise his value, he's going to play well, and that they're going to move him quick, then I don't understand either. But that would be the only reason I could see it, is if they have some form of mutual.
Let's say he plays well.
Let's
say he plays well. Let's say he's shooting 45-35, which is good for him, averaging 28 points a game, assists a game. What's his value?
Probably
it doesn't change.
A player slightly above. I would say a player slightly above his pay grade, because Cam Thomas is considerably at this point underpaid because of the qualifying offer. So I would just say it's something along the lines of a similar deal that I mentioned before with Tari Eason in a first. It's not crazy value.
But that's my point. That's my point, though. However he plays doesn't really change his value.
No.
It really doesn't. You're not getting much for him. So that's right.
I mean, I still think that it's extremely valuable to grab a guy that's the same age as him, plus get your own pick back. It at least gives you that extra year's window to say, okay, if I miss out on big names this upcoming offseason and I can improve the roster, then we can at least have our own insurance pick to make sure that we don't give it to somebody else. That's how I would look at it. If you miss out on a guy in the 2026 offseason leading into the 2027 offseason, at least you have your pick. So it's like you can't really lose. You know what I mean? It would suck if Houston is, in a Western Conference Finals this upcoming year and we didn't get our pick back, and next year the Nets couldn't land a guy like Devin Booker or Anthony Edwards or whoever may be available, and ends up giving Houston a top 10 pick while they're still contending. That would suck more than losing Cam Thomas, because Cam Thomas doesn't impact the game of winning. So to me, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and find a way to get your pick back, control your entire future, and move from there. It's really that simple for me. To say if you can get your 2027 pick back, that gives you the ability to own how many picks in 2027? I'm going to double check real quick. Because I believe we already currently have 2 if you count the Rockets swap. So if say you give that up, the Nets would still have the Knicks 2027 pick unprotected. So you would have the Knicks pick unprotected plus your own pick back, plus a Lakers 2027 second round pick. So you at least have draft capital. You can at least replace these things. So it depends. Hey, shout out King Ribby. Cam Thomas ain't worth a first round pick. Mikal Bridges is also not worth 6 first round picks, but you guys made the deal. So there's going to be somebody dumb enough out there to do it. Just saying.
Yeah, I got Cam Thomas. You want to give me 6 more first round picks? Cam's better than Bridges. I'll promise you that.
Oh, bad.
Bridges offers you nothing. Yeah. We got every episode. We have to make a Mikal Bridges reference. It has to be done.
Listen, I don't think Mikal's useless, but my God, is he not worth 6 first round picks? You could win a championship and it still means nothing. I still think that's one of the dumbest trades you could have ever made.
Right, like the Pistons won a championship right after they drafted Darko number 2 overall ahead of Dwayne Wade and Carmelo Anthony. That doesn't make it a good pick. That doesn't mean, we won a championship. So Darko was still not a good pick, right? Like, even if the Knicks win a championship, that's still a really bad trade. It doesn't change anything. Now, do I think the Knicks are going to win a championship? No. Could they get out of the East? That's an interesting question. I still don't think so. Like, I think Detroit and Orlando are going to pass the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
But Indiana and Boston are obviously going to have a down year. If I said to you, one of these 3 teams are going to go to the conference finals, the Knicks, the Pistons, or the Magic, who would you put your money on?
Sorry, repeat that. For who's going to win the East?
One of these 3 teams are going to win the East. Yeah, the Knicks, the Pistons, or Orlando. Who would you put your money on?
I think Cleveland does.
No, but I'm saying play Cleveland in the conference finals. So you got
Oh, who
Cleveland
would play
versus one of
Cleveland in the
these three
conference
teams.
finals? I think Orlando is the team to beat right now. Yeah, I think Orlando is the team to beat.
I would say
when you have Jalen Suggs, who's one of the best defensive guards in the league, who can also space the floor. When you add one of the highest caliber 3-and-D guys in Desmond Bane, who is also, again, the team that they have built is very Boston-like. Jalen Suggs is their Drew Holiday. Desmond Bane is their Derek White.
Yeah.
You have Franz and Paolo, who are your Brown and Tatum, and you've got Wendell Carter Jr., Mo Wagner, Goga Batadze. Like, they have bigs that they can circulate at least come playoff time that are going to be reliable. You know, it's not their Porzingis, but they at least have reliable bigs. So, to me, this is the team to beat in the East outside of Cleveland. I still think Cleveland has the experience and chemistry with one another. I do think, Orlando is going to make a deep push, but ultimately this is their first year together. I don't think that they go all the way. Now, next year is a different story. If they keep the same core four together and build around that and improve around that, then yes, I could see them being the team to beat in the Eastern Conference, because I do think Paolo holds that much weight at his age as a player who impacts the game of winning. So it really just comes down to the health of each team. But overall, I think Cleveland has the best chemistry and longevity with one another to make it all the way this year with Boston hurt.
The Knicks fans are coming out of the woodworks here. King Ribby's got Beeman Boy 81. Knicks, Mac, and Orlando. I don't know how they're going to deal with their size, right? Yeah. Like, go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, listen, no offense to you, but it's like being a Cowboys fan. Every year it's your year, and then you fucking lose. Until you guys do something, you can't speak. It's like a Nets fan. You don't see me saying, well, I had Kyrie and KD, so that means the next time I go and grab two superstars, we're going to be, contenders. No, I need to see the product on the floor. I need to see you actually make it. Like, I'm a Steelers fan. Every year, I know that my team's going to go 9-8 or 10-7, and I know that we're going to lose in the wild card. So until that's proven wrong and you win a playoff game, I don't talk. I don't prop my team up to be a contender. So it's the same thing with the Knicks. Make it to a finals, and then we can talk.
Hey, we're not even Knicks here. I don't hate the Knicks.
The overall depth on Orlando is 10 times better than New York. It's not even close. It's younger. It's more versatile. It's a better defensive unit. It's a better shooting unit. You got Landry Shamet potentially coming off your bench. That's not something to be proud about. It's not. He's mad.
They got Jordan Clarkson this year coming off the bench, which is a player I like. I know you don't like Clarkson because all they can do is score, but I like Jordan Clarkson a lot.
There we go. A person with a vision. I love it.
All right.
I love it. Here you go. To me, I still want Darren Peterson most. I still think. Listen, anybody in the top three, I don't care who it is. I'll be happy with any of the three.
Who's the 15th man? Who's he saying is the 15th man? Jordan Clarkson? Oh, who's he talking about here? Who's the 15th
I don't know.
man?
I don't know. Dylan sounds like Billy Harrigan from Smashing Pumpkins. You know what? That's a sick reference. I'll take that. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah. How do you
Smashing
even know
Pumpkins
who that is? That's like way before your time.
Because I'm into rock. I listen to Disturbed, Linkin Park, 3 Days Grace, Alice in Chains, Smashing Pumpkins, Stained, Creed. Like, I got all the mid 90s, early 2000s rock. So that's always been my thing.
He's saying Shamet is the 15th man. Well, look, last year
you have let me defend really easily. Jordan Clarkson's a one-sided player. Malcolm Brogdon is an injury-prone guy. You have three guys of the same position pretty much on the team. Who's your backup big? Mitchell Robinson's going to be injured at some point in the season. Realistically, what bench do you have? Miles McBride can only do so much as a 6'1" shooting guard. Let's be real with ourselves. Dren, shout out to you, man. I also forgot to say Nickelback.
I agree.
You got problems.
I never understood the hate on Nickelback.
It's a forced hatred. Nickelback is one of the best bands of all time. I will die on that.
I agree. All right, I think you're going a little overboard on that, but Nickelback's fine.
If I had to pick a top 5 in terms of rock bands of all time, Yeah, if I had to pick a top 5 for rock bands all time, Stain, Creed is gonna be in there for sure. It's not even debatable. I think those are the 2 top tier ones. Um, Disturbed for me personally is up there. Nickelback for me is up there personally. And then it comes down to whether or not it's gonna be like Linkin Park, Breaking Benjamins, 3 Days Grace. Like it's gonna be a very hard choice to pick for who's 5th for me. But by far, Disturbed, Stained, and Creed are my 3 favorites, and Nickelback. So I'll make it 4 favorites.
Yeah, you definitely have a sound that like I'm more into like Guns N' Roses and Led
Mm-hmm.
Zeppelin, right? Like
Yeah.
I can see like I can see it. I can see the Allman Brothers band. I love the Allman Brothers band. I can see
Yeah.
the sound that you like. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, to
Like
paint the
if they said
picture
name
for
the three.
me. Yeah, to paint the picture for me, it's like, I just ripped a shot and a half of pre-workout. I mixed it with my creatine, and I'm on my way to the gym. Like that's the music that I want to listen to. I want to feel like I'm running through a wall. I'm walking into that gym, and I want to feel like I'm 255 and jacked. I'm 185 and cut, but I walk into that gym and I feel great. So that's how I like to listen to my music. Is when the pre-workout hits, I want to feel like I'm able to run through a wall.
Yeah. So
Damn,
Dylan's
I got
a
a 2000
2000.
soccer mom? That's crazy. No, I actually hate soccer. I think it's I won't use a certain word, but you know what I mean.
He's saying that's what he's saying. Your music preference is that of a 2000 soccer mom. That's what he's
Whatever. Get
saying.
out of here. Get out of here.
All right, let's see. Red Hot Chili Peppers. I approve highly of the Chili Peppers. Nirvana, I can't stand. I think they're the most overrated band of all
See,
time.
I like certain Nirvana. I definitely think they're overrated though.
See, so I like rock music that rocks.
Yeah.
Nirvana and Pearl Jam don't rock.
Oh, Pearl Jam's tough, man. Come on, Even Flow is a top tier song. Oh, also, if you really want to know who I am as a rock fan, I will say my 5th favorite band is in my top 5 is Slipknot. That's how you know I'm a psychopath. But yeah, Slipknot for me
I like
is up
Slipknot.
there. I love Slipknot, man. Once I hear AOV or Custer come on, I'm prepared to run through a wall. It's over.
But like, if I want to listen to rock music, I don't want to listen to "Can't Find a Better Man." Like it's just so like that doesn't rock at all. This is like this. Yeah, and then like rap music. If I want something I can dance to. That's why I don't like Eminem. None of his songs are danceable.
Yeah, Korn's good. Saliva is very underrated to me as well. I mean, if you're a WWE guy like I used to be, you would know Saliva dropped Batista's theme song, and Batista's theme song is a top tier one of all time. We can all agree on that if you watch WWE. Yeah, I mean, the list goes on. Like Metallica, you can't go wrong with. Avenged Sevenfold is up there for me. Godsmack is really good. Breaking Benjamins, I had already mentioned. Skillet, they used to be very good.
You can tell what.
Yeah, I have a Seethers up there for me. Like the list goes on. I mean, Killswitch Engage. Who else? Foo Fighters. I'm not the biggest Foo Fighters guy. I know a lot of people who love them, but I personally,
Foo Fighters better than Nirvana. The best thing that ever.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, they 100% are. I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah, Audio Slave, they're up there too.
But you don't like Sublime, right?
Sublime, I may have heard. Like, if I hear a song from them, maybe I'll know it. But I physically don't know their like who they are.
It's 90s. It is way more mellow than anything you've just named. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
They're from Southern California. You can see the 40 Ounces of Freedom. It's got like a reggae. It's rock, but it's like it's got like that ska or reggae influence to it. It's I love Sublime, but I don't think that you would like Sublime. It's not. It ain't Slipknot.
No, I mean, like I'm very versatile with my rock. Like again, Crossfade is up there for me. Like the song "Cold," absolutely love it. Oh man, Rise Against. Like they have one of my favorite like one-hit wonders of all time, Savior. If you've heard that song, like it kills me not to know this, but like that song is fucking awesome every single time it comes on. Again, I'm stepping on it going through a yellow light. But like no, I'm versatile with my rock. I like a lot. I like alternative. I like I would say moderate, like just like a calmer rock like Stain and Creed. I like the heavy metal shit for the gym. You know, there's a lot of in betweens that I like.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to talk about this. It feels good to have a crowd of people who actually enjoy this music, because there's some people that I'll go up to and they're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you? Like, you're a weirdo." And I'm like, "No, this is just absolutely incredible to listen to on a daily basis."
I love Rage. Rage is one of my all-time favorite bands. I had an argument with a friend of mine once. I don't understand the Beatles. I don't think the Beatles are any good. I don't understand the Beatles at all. I don't get it. I don't understand.
It's just
like
too old school.
There's nothing good here, right? But I love the 70s rock. Well, that's more the 60s. But like, I love the Rolling Stones. I love the Doors. Led Zeppelin is one of my top 3 favorite bands. I love Rage Against the Machine. They're in my top 10. I said Rage Against the Machine is clearly better at making music than the Beatles, which I stand on, right?
Yeah.
I said the same thing about the Ramones. The Ramones are far. Do you like punk music at all?
Which one?
Punk, like the Ramones.
Oh yeah. I like.
I love the Ramones. I love the Ramones.
Oh, Daughtry. Don't get me started on Chris Daughtry.
The Ramones are better than the Beatles. The
I've
Ramones
never listened
are
to
a
the
better
Ramones,
band
so
than the Beatles.
I'm not too sure.
I stand on that. You know the Ramones, Blitzkrieg Pop, Pet Cemetery. You know these songs. You've heard these songs.
Oh yes. Okay, yes. Name wise, I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you know what? For everybody that's in the comments right now talking about rock, feel free to go over to my Instagram. It's @NetsPress. Just DM me some names of people that I may not have heard. Like somebody put in before Snow Patrol. Like DM me that. I'll go look at some songs by them. Who else put some stuff in here? Soundgarden. I don't think I've ever heard of them. System of Down.
That was big when I was a kid. When I was Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden, those were bands from like the mid 90s. They were all from Seattle. They all came after Nirvana and Pearl Jam. There was this kind of
feel free to DM me
Soundgarden's of all the bands I don't like from the 90s, Soundgarden is the best one. I'll say that.
Interesting.
Rage was great. Audio Slave was great. All right.
I was say, do we have any other Nets topics? Because I mean, this was a great to at least get sidetracked with some good music genres. This was a fun time. I mean, overall, I put out some.
We got to do something before we start the 2026 mock drafts, because we're gonna have to start because there's gonna be
we got to start those early.
All season.
We got to start those early.
Yeah.
I can't fucking wait, man. Oh, I can't wait. I don't think you guys have any idea how long it's been since I've done a mock draft. Like being able to use Fanspo for a mock draft. I need it. I need it in my veins. I've probably heard songs by them. It's just I don't know.
I've never heard it. I can't think of Snow Patrol either. I can't. I don't even. Chris Cornell.
I'm going blank on the name, but I think the guy from Disturbed is one of the best voices of all time.
I mean, I guess that's what you look. I mean, yeah, I'm not Chris Cornell. I guess. I mean, yeah.
I guess.
I don't. Yeah. Best singer. That's like such a hard thing to say. It's like saying, is Tom Brady the best athlete of all time? It's like, well, this is a really no, but maybe yes, right? Like
accomplishment wise,
I don't know. Like
athlete, no.
Is he a better athlete than Usain Bolt?
LeBron James? No,
of course not.
No,
right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to answer this question. I don't know. He's not more athletic than Bolt, right? For sure. I don't know. Like I don't really know, right?
Yeah. Snow Patrol is soft. I think he was joking. I mean, shit. I'll give it a listen. I don't mind mellow rock. Like I said, I'm a Stained guy. I'm a Creed guy. Like they've got some mellow stuff. Like It's Been a While, Outside. One Last Breath. What else is over there? Higher. Like Right Here. Like they've got songs that are mellow. So I don't mind mellow rock. It's just it's gotta be good.
But like when he says Chris, like my mom came here when she was 12, right? And she learned to speak English by listening to like Detroit Motown music, like Diana Ross, Tammy Terrell, Brenda Holloway, like all of that. like
Mhm.
I don't know, they were really good singers. Is Chris Cornell a better singer than them? I don't even know how to compare it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, right? And my dad was a huge Bob Dylan fan. He played Bob Dylan, and was, like my mom was like, "What is this?" Like the first time she heard "Like a Rolling Stone," she thought it was like they were mocking, like they were making fun of someone, right? Like she didn't understand that was like something to because I thought it was good. So I grew up in a house where my dad listened to Bob Dylan. Oh, she hated Bruce Springsteen too, so that was just as bad, right? He can't sing at all. And my mom was listening to Diana Ross and Tammy Terrell and things like that, which like no one can deny it. Those maybe it's not your vibe, right? But those are really good singers. They're very talented singers.
I was gonna say Springsteen's
So
got
I
some
mean
really
by
good
like
stuff.
he's the best singer.
Yeah.
But his voice is
Springsteen's got some
horrible. He
really
sounds like a dying dog. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've lost my white card over Snow Patrol, but I already had it lost because I don't like pumpkin spice at all. I don't like pumpkin pie. I don't really like pumpkin anything. So I lost all my white points a long time ago over pumpkin spice.
BKN
Yeah,
White
he
Hoops, what's
graduated
up,
in
man?
'95. All right.
I just got name dropped.
There you go.
I like Bruce.
I don't eat mayonnaise either. I don't even know any white people who eat mayonnaise. This is
all right. Come on, man. Come on. You don't got to call me out like that. I eat mayo. Come on. Slap it on a little ham sandwich.
All
yeah,
right.
I'm a ham sandwich mayo guy. Come on. We stay bland out here. No,
yeah, okay. I don't eat mayo. Yeah, I don't eat mayo. I don't eat pumpkin spice.
I don't really eat mayo with a lot of things. Like a chicken cutlet sandwich, I'll have it with, or like a ham sandwich. It's really sandwich based. But no,
so if you're having a chicken cutlet sandwich, you're putting mayo on it?
Like a chicken cutlet sandwich with lettuce, bacon, pepper jack cheese. Yeah, I'm throwing mayo on
it.
I don't want barbecue on that.
Vinegar and oil.
No.
Yeah, I'm not putting mayo. Like mayo on potato salad or coleslaw. Okay, but like mayo.
I'm not a coleslaw guy.
Okay, like I like coleslaw, but like mayo on a sandwich.
I'm too young to like coleslaw. You know, that's like a when you're in the 2000s, you're not a coleslaw guy. You know, that's more of grandfather's.
I'm gonna go check out Snow Patrol as soon as we're done with this show because I don't even know.
I know they're getting talked up over here. I love it. Got to go test it out.
All right, hot take. I think Bud Crawford has the accomplishments. Bud Crawford. The only problem with Bud Crawford, and I know him personally, is he has absolutely no personality. Like he doesn't self-promote. He doesn't really do interviews. But as far as a fighter, Terrence Crawford is one of the most perfect fighters God has ever made, and he's a 3-time undisputed world champion at 40, 47, and then 68. Yeah, as the most accomplished fighters of all time, he's on a very short list. I would agree, RC the man. I would agree with that.
I see a comment talking about U2, and it's funny that that's brought up because
I love U2. I love U2.
My girlfriend's father loves U2, and
love U2.
And it's funny because I refused to listen to them forever. Because do you guys remember about maybe like 12 years ago, U2 was hacked onto everybody's playlist? Like, remember when Apple Music wasn't a thing and you had to still buy music, right? U2 had an album that was on everybody's phones for free because either they hacked it or somebody hacked into Apple and released the album for everybody. And it was like it was an album cover that was like two dudes all up on each other. And that's like my first impression of U2. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to give it a listen right now. But like over time, because I hang out with my girlfriend and her family a lot, you know, I've listened to a lot of U2 songs, and they're actually a good band. They've got some good stuff.
The best concert I ever went to was U2 at Continental Airlines Arena, September 2001, right after September 11th. It was the greatest concert I'd ever been to. I think of Home and Don't Give In, especially the remix of two of the best. I don't know them. What up, Connor? Connor Long in the house. What up, Connor?
Connor, what's going on?
Do you know Weezer? Do you know Weezer?
Do I know Weezer? No, who's Weezer?
It was, I guess, I don't know. It was like an alternative punk band from the mid '90s. Say It Ain't So, the Sweater Song, things like that.
Oh, okay.
I doubt you know.
I think I've heard
you know
some. I think so. The Sweater Song sounds familiar.
Okay. It's all right. I've never heard of 19. There's a band. That's the name of the band. Is 1975. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. We just got.
Like
Yeah,
I
we
said,
just got some good
if
songs.
you guys have band suggestions for rock, feel free to DM me on my Instagram at Netspress. Feel free to follow me over there, or just straight up DM me some rock bands, because I'm always open to listening to more music. I need to up the playlist some more.
One of the most underrated rock bands of all time is Shinedown, and I stand on that. Shinedown is an
100%.
all-time great band.
100%. The Sound of Madness is absolutely top tier. I fucking love that song.
I love Shinedown. I think they are insanely underrated. I've lost my white card. I guess so. I've lost all my white points. I guess. All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Dylan? I mean, we kind of touched on all my topics. We kind of went through.
I was gonna say, I mean,
everything
I'm
here.
having a good time.
Johnny?
We can continue it. What's it called? Pull up my Instagram if you want. Go to the pinned post on the top left. We'll go over some predictions. These are my personal predictions on some of the stat lines. This is my predicted starting five and what I think they'll average this year. Could be being a bit too generous, like I do usually every year, but we can go over that as our last topic if you want, if you have some time.
Let me see if I can. I can't log into Instagram anymore on my laptop. This is so annoying. I reset everything, and now I can't log in. It won't let me get in anymore. I don't know how to get into Instagram. Can you pull it up?
No, I have an HP computer.
I can't log into
the biggest piece of dog shit. I'm getting a new one soon.
Let me see if I can get in here.
I was gonna say, you know what? Go on my Twitter. It's on Twitter. I had posted them on Twitter.
All right. Go on to the Netspress one. Netspress.
Yeah.
Oh, was my computer being slow today? Hang on. All right.
What up, apartment gamer? Oh, is that Scott, right?
Is it? I don't know. Is that Scott? What up, Scott?
Yeti with an absolute comment of the decade right there. Way to be, brother.
Yeti wants to play me in one-on-one, which I'm fine with that. I said if he's good, he'll beat me. If he's not, I'll beat him. But I'm not opposed to the idea of Yeti. He just lives like many states away from me. All right, here we go.
It should be somewhere on there if you keep scrolling a little bit. It'll be a thread.
Yes. This is a good deal. I'm not buying a Claxton jersey, but this is a good deal.
I almost want to, because I only own that jersey specifically in a Ben Simmons jersey, and that's more disgraceful than a Claxton jersey. So at this point, I may just spend $37.
It is an upgrade. My worst jersey, New York Jets Tim Tebow jersey, without a doubt. That's my worst jersey.
Holy hell, that's a fucking poll. Wow, that's like having a Browns Johnny Manziel jersey.
Yeah, that's my farm. What am I looking for here?
You got to look for the thread of the predictions that I posted. Dren, I saw the comment earlier. I forgot to bring it up, but no, I don't think that they're going to overperform. I've mentioned this a few times. Realistically, with how young the roster is and how young the depth of the roster is, I think that's going to result in much more losses than people think. Last year, we were very vet heavy. We had a lot of guys who were trying to solidify themselves in this league. I think this year you have more so guys that are trying to establish themselves in this league rather than survive in this league. So it's going to be mainly on development, and development comes with a lot of losses. So I don't see them overachieving. I think this team is a 16 to 21 win team. I don't think you see more than that.
All right. I got it. I got it up. I got the Instagram up. I got this.
Oh, there we go.
They finally let me log in. Resetting my password. At least I had to reset my password at least 7 or 8 times, and they're finally letting me in either times. All right, which one are we looking at here?
Top left, predicting key net stat lines.
All right, let's go.
I did what my personal starting 5 would be, but I'm going to be doing the bench unit here shortly as well.
All right, so personal starting 5s, I would start Trey, Cam Thomas, Yegor, Porter, I guess Claxton.
Okay.
Who you?
I have Yegor, Cam Thomas, Michael Porter Jr., Noah Clowney, Claxton.
Yeah, I would do that too. I guess don't start Trey, at least to start the season. I would do that. I'm with you on that. Start Clowney. That's my dude. Especially the new jacked Clowney. Clowney on steroids. Let's go. All right. Get to the next
Clowney
one.
when he finds what
anything else you want to touch
creatine
on
is.
here?
I mean, did you pull up the stats? Did you go over?
No.
If you click on the arrows, you'll see where I have my predictions.
Oh. 12.5, 5.5, and 3.8. That's probably about right. Yeah, that's probably about right.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing crazy for a rookie here. Like, realistically, his biggest flaw as of right now is rebounding. At his size, I definitely think he needs to get better as a rebounder for his height. But other than that, yeah, I'm looking at like a stellar season overall from him. Thomas, I do expect a leap from in the minimal games that I think he will play based on his relationship with the Nets, but I definitely could see it being an increase for many reasons. MPJ, career year.
22. I think this is going to be low. I think because Cam Thomas is, I'm going to say this is more like 24.8 because I think Cam's going to be gone and then he's going to score all the points. So I'm going to say this is 24.8, and I think
that very well could be.
I think the rebounds and the assists are about right. I think 8 and 2.5.
That's that would be a career high.
Clowney.
High in rebounds? I think so. Yeah, Clowney, I have taking a bit of a leap if you go to the next one. I believe this past season he averaged around like 9 points. I think he'll up his rebounds with the size that he's put on as well. So I think that's a really stellar line for him as a what would be considered a 5th option realistically on the starting 5. And then finally Claxton. Yes, I bought into the hype just a little bit. If you scroll over to the next one, I have him averaging a career.
Give me 1 second. I just got to text my wife. Bro.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I got to text.
I have him for a career high in points. And I also have him in similar range to what he was as a rebounder prior. So slight increase, but I think the points come back a little bit with a better playmaker next to him.
And good work getting him in the Coogee jerseys. Good work on that.
Yeah, that's shout out Nets season on that one actually. The Yegor and the Michael Porter Jr. one. I had my guy DC Swaps make those, but the Claxton one that's Nets season. So shout out to him.
It looks good. I'm not a user. I think these jerseys are a little overrated, but I know a lot of people love them.
A lot of people love them. I mean, personally, when it drops, I'm probably going to get a custom Nets press one for it. In all honesty, just because I'm not buying a player's jersey until I see something. Number 10. I was born on the 10th. 10's always been my number, so I'll be getting a number 10. That's why I got the Ben Simmons jersey originally, because I was like, oh my god, a player that's wearing my number. What can go wrong? And then I purchased a $150 jersey for a guy that played less than 50 games for us. So it's a fun time.
All right. No, I think you're a little aggressive on the points. It's not, I don't know.
I mean, when you think about it logically, Keon Johnson averaged like 9.5 points for us. You know what I mean? So it's like one game, Thomas could put up 30, and the next he could put up 13, and by the end of the season, he's averaging 25. Like, I don't think that it's going to be consistent to these numbers. I just think that this is what they're overall like somewhere within like a 2-point range of what I'm posting, whether it's higher or lower in that radius of where things could be.
It's just like, how's he going to get to 13 though?
A lot of pick and roll with Thomas and Yegor.
Free throw.
Yeah.
Pick and roll, lobs, things like that.
A lot of pick and roll.
Because he's not getting it at the free throw line. He's not hitting.
No, not one bit.
How's he getting these 13 points? Yeah. All right. I don't. Yeah. if I would, yeah, these are. I don't think he's going to play enough minutes to get to his 13 points, right? Because I think he's going to be splitting the games with Sharp more, right? So now you're asking him to get 13 points in 25 minutes. That's a lot for Nick Claxton. I don't think he's going to play enough minutes to get 13 points, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But the rest of this is good. For Clowney, I'm more concerned. I'm most concerned with the efficiency. I think 11-5 is probably about right, but I'm concerned with how many shots did he take and how many of those shots were threes. Like last year, I don't even remember him hitting 2-pointers. I only remember him shooting threes, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to see that again. He's built up his body. I want to see him score from all over the court. I don't want to see him just shooting threes.
I definitely see him having a better paint presence, but it's going to be in minutes where Claxton's off the floor. That's the only problem. You know, Claxton clogs the paint, so I don't see.
Which hopefully this.
What's up?
No, go ahead.
Oh, what's this? Shams. Brandon Clark will undergo a procedure to address a knee injury expected to be reevaluated in 6 weeks. You need Nick Claxton?
You got him. I'll give you Claxton. I say a little higher than that, but I think this is about right. If he averages 24 and 8 on efficient shooting, does he make an All-Star game?
Probably
that's your garbage, right?
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't even know what I expect from Cam Thomas this year because I don't even know how many games he's going to play here. I don't know. I have no expectations for Cam Thomas. And you guys know I like Cam Thomas. I don't even. I mean, this looks reasonable. I don't know what we're going to get out of him, if anything. All right. Yeah. I think that's Clowney is the dog horse. It's the guy I want to see play this year. I want to see what we get out of Clowney. All right. Is there anything else you want to close out? You got anything you want to close out with?
I think we covered it all. This was a fun one. It was good to be back. Definitely try and get one more in maybe before, preseason begins. But worst case scenario, we'll be back for preseason. But we're officially going to start having.
We'll get one more in.
Yeah. Hopefully. I know that I have a pretty packed schedule for early next week, but for October 4th, I should be around, I think. Let me actually double check that real quick.
All right.
Let's see. October 4th. October 4th is a Saturday. I actually work. So hopefully the game's later in the day. I'm not sure when it is, but if it's later in the day, I'll be able to cover it.
If not, we'll just go live after the game.
Yeah. I was going to say, I only work till 4. I'm pretty sure the first 2 games are the ones at home, right? So those should be 7 o'clock games. It's going to be the kind of game that I'm not going to be around for, but nobody's going to be around for that shit. So,
yeah, I'll go live. I'll hold it down for us. All right.
Sounds good, man.
All right. Appreciate everyone. I got to drop off. I got to end this, but Dylan, we'll be in contact. We'll figure out what we could do another show. We'll figure it out. The Pacers and the Celtics may be tanking this year. They better not, because the Pacers and the Celtics are still way better than we are. Way better. We better have a worse record than those 2 teams. One of them is going to make the playoffs because somebody has to make the playoffs. One of those 2 teams will be in the playoffs. Probably the Pacers is my guess. But all right. It's September 26th, 2025 from Texas to the world. Thank y'all and God bless.